Hola a todos, estamos aquí en las piedras multiángulos en Cusco y estamos aquí entrevistando, está Jay entrevistando de Boyo TV, está entrevistando al maestro Theo Paredes sobre algunos temas. Él es antropólogo, ya muy reconocido de mucho tiempo aquí en el Perú, en el Cusco, y es quien hizo la introducción de mi primer libro, Cusco de Noche.
Inside the granite, and this makes it more fragile. And you can just like it's soft, like it's clay, like they were talking about.
Yeah.
It's a law of science.
Yeah.
And it's just one of many methods used because besides being smart, it's like, well, we don't need to use acidic base to chisel this down or whatever. Let's just make the outside geopolymer, which is maybe those H blocks in Bunko.
That's what I'm telling you. Just go and look for in your cell phone.
Yeah.
Google or just in YouTube, new experimentations of dissolving stone with air in Peru by some engineers and some archaeologists.
Yeah.
And they have been giving a look, showing you how they have been doing, what kind of stone they have been doing. Now it's beginning to be another kind of theory that is getting more weight into the scientific discussion, which is possible. Some particulars maybe take longer than other ones, but Cieza de León, Huamampom, and many of these chronicles, they talk about that the ancient inhabitants of here, they knew some techniques in which they were able to make software. I don't say that they were able to make a kind of clay or a piece or whatever, but if you make soft enough to work easily.
It's like a lost in translation telephone game. They say, yeah, you can make it soft, and then people think, oh, soft like clay. Oh, okay, but no. Soft as in you can, like limestone or something. You can just,
yeah. There is a guy that passed away maybe 5 years ago. You might hear about him too.
Sitchin?
Oh, Zachariah Stitchin.
Sitchin.
I know it.
Whatever.
Yeah. You have to read and read back again because he has given you quite a lot of information about who were the people who has been inhabited here long before us. And in our this guy who passed away too, maybe more than maybe 10 years ago, he was the last great professor who talks about mythology. It's not very good. I will try to remember. He says that most of us, when we hear the word myth, we think about fake story or some story that was being created by different kind of cultures.
Yeah, like a fairy tale.
In order just to explain something that they didn't knew what happened or whatever. But then he says that myths are not just stories. That myth is another language that you have to learn. And when you learn that language, you will be able to understand the real story that this myth is talking to you. And that's really interesting. And as long one people, one human group still keep myth, is that this story, this belief is still alive in his mind, in his feeling, in his heart. And here we still have in our everyday life the belief that you should not go after the sun or when the sun is beginning to go down, or when the sun is beginning to go up, near to some particular places, even like Sacsayhuama and whatever, where there are these caves, because long before the Chiefs, this land was inhabited by the ancient ones, who were the Aukis and the Sokas, and they were giants. So, but at that time there were not a sun in the earth. Only there was a light night that was like is in the early in the morning and late in the sunset. This kind of light. Not
Something
the
was blocking the
intense-
sun.
Yeah, it was not the strong sun that you have around midday. So when this kind of punishment by the gods come and kill most of them, some of them has been escaped and go into the caves and into the underground cities or spaces that even today they still alive. So they come early or late to these places where are the entrance to these caves that go inside of the earth, you know, and they are sitting, taking the sun as it was before when they inhabited here. So it's no good for you to go because they can suck your energy. And usually, telling you before here, nowhere culture. I am not talking about just the Incas. We still have Maras, we still have some Pacas, we still have in the north some other groups. People. They, in their tradition, still keep the belief that that this land has been jungle. And even today, they are hiding, they still alive. Those who have been was accused of water or flood, and they escaped going some particular places that they has been able to build for them to stay under.
There's many historical excerpts. What do you think that he would look like, be described as a white man with a beard? But is
Well-
there anything specific or different?
Well, the real translation of the Huiracocha name is Conterse Huiracocha Pachayachacha, which means the one who knows how to organize time and space. That's the real meaning of Huiracocha. Now, then they say that Huiracocha was a guy that didn't walk on the floor, that he was just floating, and he came here and he was teaching to these people here agriculture, medicine, social organization, architecture. And he appears and he shows up in the south, nearby, and he has been going and doing this kind of teaching until a place where is, I think it's Cusco, where he turned to the left. Let's say he was going to the north, then he turned to the left, and he just takes his escape, put on the ocean, he goes into the cave as a magical carpet or whatever, and he just left into the ocean with the promise that someday he was going to come back.
For this connection, I know there's a lot of connections, names, events, but anything that stands out that's very peculiar.
To me, like in any other culture in the world, we have our mythical founders, heroes, right? We have those like Romulo and Remo, let's say, in Rome, and we have, I don't know, even maybe Moises, or you have Prometheus. All of these, they were heroes that came from. I like the myth of Prometheus because Prometheus is the one who goes and steals the fire to the goddess and came to give this present to the men. And look what fire has been meaning in the evolution of men. So he brought the civilization for them. And he go and steal those to the goddess. But who were the goddess? If we go into this mythical context, there has been somebody else. Nowadays, before, back again, the scholars, they didn't want to go into something like, and what about the Atlantis? And what about the Lemurians? They say, well, could be a good story, could be a good something, but, because if you were talking about that and you say you're a scholar, a serious one, and you're believing that kind of things, now, the tools that we have, new tools, whatever, we have been discovering that they have been in ancient cities, that they have been talking in some other books, even that has been written or wrote long before the Bible. Gilgamesh and all other books, the Vedas, whatever, which they talk about these ancient cities. And also, there has been done some studies around Santorini, the area of Santorini, in which they see that all the damage that this huge volcano, like the Krakatoa, has been done and destroyed.